Okay, so today we are going to start with one of the new module. I think this is module number 3. Okay, in our syllabus it is module number 3, and the name of the module is queuing model. Today we are going to take some problems on queuing model, and we will also take the theory and the introduction before taking the problems. Okay, so I'll just change the color. I'll just explain you what do you mean by queuing. If we all know, queuing is nothing but a line. Okay, or you can even say a queue. Okay, queuing is also called as waiting line. Simple, in simple terms. So queuing model is also called as waiting line models. Simple. Okay, so you must have seen so many waiting line models just for the pass. If you want to take the bus pass from the college, if you all remember, while taking the bus pass you have to stand in the queue. For exam forms, you have to stand in the queue. Correct. There are various examples where we see queue even in the railway ticket counter. Wherever you go, you will find queue. Even if you want to go for a metro, okay, if you want to board a metro, you will find a queue. So there are so many places where there is queue. Even if you see railways, the railways that run, local railways, okay, local railways that run, they also form a queue sometime. How do they form queue? One train will leave after the another train. What will be the timing? You can see that there will be a 2 to 3 minutes gap between the train to follow. Okay, so there is a queue concept everywhere in the world. Okay, and we have to follow the queue if we want our process to get streamlined, and if we want our process to get completed. Okay, so similarly what we are going to study today is how to optimize the queue model. Okay, we are going to study how to optimize various queuing model. There are various queuing model. I think there are 10 types of queuing model. In our syllabus we only have 4 types of queuing model. One more thing I like to tell you, even if you go to IITs and there is a branch of operations, I think industrial engineering, there is a branch in industrial engineering in IIT. There they are actually trying to optimize the local railway timetable. And the local railway, how should the local railway have the queue with respect to each other, so that they can optimize the queue, or you can say the number of local railways with respect to number of passengers at that point of time. Okay, so they are actually working to optimize, and I think they have optimized a lot. But this is one of the research area of IIT Bombay also. Okay, to optimize the queue. Okay, or you can say optimize various queuing model based on the number of passengers at that point of time. This is one of the main concept. So before going forward, I like to introduce some terminologies, okay, for various queuing model. It is very simple, and this should be understood by you. One of the terminology that I have already told you, that queuing model is also called as waiting line model. As simple as that. Okay. Another term that I would like to introduce to you is, suppose there is a doctor. Just give me a second. I don't know why this button gets pressed. Suppose there is a doctor in a clinic, okay, and there are patients, okay, who are waiting for the doctor. Okay, there are number of patients and there is a single doctor. Okay, now you know these patients will be called as arrival. Okay, the terminology for patients will be, in queuing model it will be called as arrivals. Okay, and the one who is going to serve the arrival will be called as service. Simple. Okay, the two important terms to start with is arrival rate, and the another word will be service rate. What do you mean by rate? Rate means you can say how many patients arrive in a minute, or you can even say how many patients arrive in an hour. So arrival rate is always measured per hour. Okay, and arrival is denoted by lambda. Okay, so whenever you see something called as lambda in the question, lambda is equal to 6 per hour. That means there are 6 customers, okay, arrivals per hour for getting a service. Okay, And the service rate will also be given as, okay, how many service rate does not mean how many number of doctors. Okay, service rate means how many number of arrivals will be served per hour by the doctor. Okay, as simple as that. So if there, suppose this is 6, so for an optimized system, service rate, which is denoted by mu, okay, this is also in per hour. For an optimized system, if there are 6 customers that are arriving, so the service rate should be at least greater than equal to 6 for an optimized rate. Okay, now again I am going to tell you this lambda, which is arrival, and this service, which is which is mu. Okay, lambda, which is arrival, and mu, which is service, are not actually 6 and 6 that I have written. Okay, this is not exact value. I'm going to tell you this arrival rate and service rate, okay, are not exact value. Okay, why I'm saying these are not exact value, because they are not studied with respect to R, but this is an average value across the day. Okay, these values are average value across a day or across a month. You can say anything. Like if you want to tell that the passenger in a train from 9 to 10 is suppose 1000, okay, on one platform. Okay, so now this will not be equal each and every day. So what you have to do, you have to take this average for 30 days. I think there is someone in the chat. I think nothing as such. Okay, so if you want to actually have that value, exact value, so you have to take an average for at least 30 days. I'm just giving you an example. So if you take an average for 30 days and if you get around 990, okay, so this value will not be for per hour. This will be actually the average value, or you can even say a probability kind of a value, or probable value. Okay, but this will not be exact. This will be more like an average value. Okay, rather than saying probable, it would be better if we call it as an average value. So the arrival rate and the service rate are not exact value, but which kind of value? Are not exact value, but they are average values. I'm just trying to simplify the things. Even if you don't know this, you can be easily solving the question, but if you know, it will be helpful for you to understand the concept more better. Okay, so the terms that we have studied till now is arrival rate, service rate. Now one more thing that I would like to tell you, okay, about arrival rate only. I'll tell you arrival rate, which is denoted by lambda per hour, and service rate, which is denoted by mu per hour. Okay, mu per hour. One second. Yeah, this follows some kind of distribution. Okay, this follows some kinds of distribution, and the service rate distribution is called as exponential distribution. I'm just giving you the term. You can even understand if you know what is exponential. Okay, if you know exponential, something which is in this way, sorry, if there is a curve and something is rising this way or decreasing this way, okay, exponentially, so this is called as exponential. So the service rate is assumed to be exponential in nature, and the arrival rate is assumed to be Poisson's in nature, Poisson's distribution, because Poisson's introduced the arrival concept. How does the arrival rate happen in a queuing model? That's why it is called as Poisson's distribution. Okay, so there are two kinds of distribution. One is Poisson's distribution for arrival rate, and another is exponential distribution for service rate. Okay, is it okay for everyone? Can you give it a nod in the chat at least? Is it okay? Just give me a message. Okay, I'm not going to go into detail of these things. Okay, I'm just going to give you whatever is important so that you can understand. Once you go through the concept, and if you are thorough with the things, you will automatically understand what is exponential service rate and what is Poisson's arrival distribution. Okay, that is not an issue. Again, I am going to introduce a term for you. Okay, this Poisson's distribution, that is Poisson's arrival distribution. Poisson's means arrival rate distribution. Okay, so this Poisson's distribution, okay, and exponential distribution. Exponential distribution is service rate. Okay, service rate distribution. Together, both the terms are related to a property in queuing, which is called as Markovian property. Okay, this was actually introduced. These two terms together were used in queuing theory by a scientist called as Markovian. So that's why it is called as Markovian property, or you can even call it as Markovian chain. Okay. So you actually, whenever you use Poisson's distribution and exponential distribution for queuing model, then those kinds of model are also called as Markovian chain or Markovian property. Now I'll tell you what is Markovian chain or Markovian property. I'll tell you why, what is this Poisson's distribution and exponential distribution means. Okay. This actually means memoryless property. I'll tell you what do you mean by memoryless property. These both properties are memoryless in nature. Memoryless is more like a Gajni, not a Gajni, but an Amir Khan in Gajni. Okay, if you remember, he forgets everything. Okay, so memoryless property means whatever is feed into the system. Suppose I am telling lambda is equal to 6 per hour. Okay, this will be only for 9 to 10 a.m. Okay, what I am saying, this lambda is equal to 6 per hour. Suppose it is only for 9 to 10. Okay, and this average value is estimated across 30 days only from 9 to 10. Okay, this will not be acceptable from 10 to 11 a.m. Okay, so this kinds of properties are called as memoryless property. Like this property will not be there for the throughout the day. This will only be there. This sample will only work only for this sample works only in a range, as simple as that. Okay, such kind of property is called as memoryless property, and that's why we use Poisson's distribution. Okay, this both uses memoryless concept to define arrival rate and service rate, and both were introduced together in an what you can say queuing model by Markovian. That's why it is called as Markovian property, and both properties are memoryless in nature, remember. Okay, so I've tried to introduce many terms for you, and I think this will be very easy. Okay, this won't be that much difficult. Okay, now I'll tell you one more thing. Okay, I will introduce to you types of queuing model. Okay, there are various types of queuing model. Actually, all the types of queuing model can be given by Markovian chain. We are going to study some queuing model here. Okay, so before introducing the types of queuing model, I'll just write down some words for you. One word is, you already know what is service. So if you know service, you also know the word server. Server means the one who is going to serve you. Okay, or the place from where you will get the service will be called as the server. Okay, so there are two types of server in nature. One is single server. Wherever you go in the world, you will find either a single server or you will find multiple server. Simple. Okay, now if you know these two types, I'll explain you what do you mean by single server and multiple server. I'll again explain you. This is the place from where you'll get the service, just like a doctor. Okay, and suppose there is a reservation, railway reservation counter. So for a railway reservation counter, you will have multiple servers, and for a doctor, you are going to have a single server. Okay, suppose you are going to have a single server. Suppose you are going to your BAMS or BUMS doctor. So there will be a single server. And if you are going for a railway reservation, okay, at a railway reservation counter, you will get multiple servers. So this is the example of single server and multiple server. So similarly, if there is a server, there will also be arrival. Okay, so for arrival, there can be two types of queue length. One is finite queue length, and another is infinite queue length. Okay, there will be two types of queue length. I'll explain you what you mean by finite queue length, and I'll explain you what you mean by infinite queue length. Okay, Now, before starting, I'll just explain you single server. Okay, suppose this is a doctor. Okay, and the doctor has no limit for the number of patients to arrive. Infinite number of patients can arrive. Okay, if infinite number of patients, one second. Okay, yeah. Suppose these are patients in the queue, and if infinite number of patients can be there in the queue, this kind of system is called as, this kind of system will be called as what? If you can see, this will be called as single server, simple, infinite queue length. Is it okay for everyone? Just put it in the chat if you understood. This type of server will, if there is no cap limit for the patients, okay, such kind of system will be called as single server infinite queue length. Is it okay? Is it okay? If there is no cap limit for the arrival rate, okay, those things will be called as single server infinite queue length. Simple. Okay, thank you. I'll take you another example. Now, if I want to explain you, suppose apart from the doctor, suppose there is railway reservation counter. Okay, simple. There is railway reservation counter, and suppose there is a single line. You can even take multiple lines. Okay, suppose the customer is entering from here, and then he will move to here. Then after some time he will move to here, and here the customers are waiting in the queue. Okay, now once anyone, suppose there are three peoples or there are three servers, any one of this person is free, this person will move either to three, this will move either to one, this person will move either to one, either to two, either to three, correct? Okay, and this kind of system will be called as multiple server infinite queue length. Suppose there is no cap limit again. Okay, if there is no cap limit, this system will be called as multiple server infinite queue length. You can even have this kind of thing. Okay, I'll just give you an example. This is not necessary. Okay, this kinds of things are actually there where they don't want the customers to jump from one line to another. Okay, even in bus stand, if you see there is a bus stand, okay, right, there is a bus stand and there are variety of buses to come. I hope everyone knows this. Variety of buses, like variety of buses, matlab all the buses will have different kinds of destinations. Some will be common, some will not be common. So there you have this kinds of length. Am I right? Am I right? Am I sounding correct to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is called as multiple server infinite queue length. But if you go to a railway reservation counter, okay, and if the things are defined, okay, so you can even have this kinds of thing. Here also the length can be infinite, okay, but this will not be multiple server then. This will be single server, right? Single server infinite queue length, because one person is waiting in one line only. I hope I am right. Okay, so if you want to understand the concept of multiple server infinite queue length, it's very important that this customer, okay, multiple server matlab this customer, whatever the customers are there in this length, can go to any place. Okay, if he is bound to follow this line, okay, if he is bound to follow this line, then you can't say that he is going to use multiple server. Okay, such kind of railway reservation counter won't be called as multiple server infinite queue length. You have to call that as single server infinite queue length, because the customer will be given the service only from a server where he is standing. Okay, even though it might look to you that there is a multiple server, but in practice it is actually a single server only. Okay, now I have explained you two types. I have already told you there is single server, there is multiple server, there is finite queue length, and there is infinite queue length. So I've explained you this one type. I've explained you this one, second type. Now I'm going to explain you single server finite queue length. This is very important. Okay. If I want to explain you single server finite queue length, or multiple server infinite queue length. Let me take an example. Finite queue length. Okay, I'll just give you an example for that. For finite queue length, suppose there is a restriction. Again, the person is coming to a doctor, okay, and there is a limit after 20 people, okay. The doctor does not allow anyone to come, does not allow queue, okay. So in this the queue length is finite, correct? I hope everyone is getting. So such a system will be called as single server. Single server, can anyone repeat it for me? Single server,
Finite queue.
finite queue length. Simple. Similarly for the,
Sir,
yeah. Anyone is
sir,
having any
yes, sir.
ask?
Sir, there is a doctor compulsion that 20 people, but वहाँ पे पब्लिक तो उसमें रहेगी ना,
नहीं ना,
इनफाइनाइट ही है,
अरे
पर
नहीं,
उसमें ऐसा
ऐसा नहीं है। मैं बोल रहा 20 के बाद वो नंबर ही नहीं दे रहा है, वो ही नहीं दे रहा है ना। ऐसे होते हैं ना, कितने डॉक्टर आजकल यही करते हैं ना, अपॉइंटमेंट नहीं मिलते हैं भाई।
अच्छा, मतलब सर ये ऐसा हो गया कि एडमिशन हो गए कि इतने एडमिशन के बाद दूसरा एडमिशन नहीं होगा।
बराबर। यूएमएस के पास चले गए तो इनफाइनाइट क्यू लेंथ रहेगी, एमबीबीएस के पास जाओगे तो फाइनाइट क्यू लेंथ रहेगी, ठीक है। सिमिलरली मल्टीपल सर्वर भी आपको समझ में आ जाएगा। यू विल ऑटोमेटिकली अंडरस्टैंड मल्टीपल सर्वर. For this to understand, you have to understand there are 3 servers, then there is a length. You have to understand that there is a single line, okay. If you don't take it as a single line, then it won't come under multiple server, okay. It will be considered under single server. Now again I am saying there is a cap limit after 1000%, okay. And this is all about per hour I am saying, okay, because all the distribution is per hour, okay. So after 1000%, you are not allowed to come into the system. Just like you can say about if you go to make the passport, you will find this kind of systems, okay, where there will be multiple server, okay. In the passport office, you will find this kinds of thing, and there is a limit, cap limit for every day or for every hour, okay. This will be called as multiple server finite queue length, right? Is it right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now I am going to tell you something more, which is very important, for you to understand. Just try to understand. Okay. Suppose there is a garage, okay, and in the garage, suppose there is space only for, suppose what will happen in garage, car will be getting repaired, okay. Now car will get repaired. Now suppose in a garage there is only 6 spaces, okay. There is only 6 spaces. Now if there is only 6 spaces, can you get a 7th car into the garage? Is there a possibility of getting a 7th car into the garage or not? Can this 7th car get into the garage or not? All
No,
the
sir.
No, sir.
places are occupied. I am saying all the places are already filled, okay. There is no space anywhere. All the space, all the what I'm going to say, the garage is preoccupied with all the cars. Can you get a 7th car and park it in the garage?
No.
Okay.
No, sir.
This is also called as finite queue length, okay. This is also called as finite queue length. You don't have any option now. I hope you're getting.
Yes, sir.
This will also be an example of finite queue length. Simple. Okay, now there
It
are
means multiple server finite queue.
no, suppose multiple. See, how can you determine whether it is multiple server or single server? It will depend upon number of person who are going to serve. It depends. Okay, it depends. But if the person has an option to go to any of the serviceman, okay, it will be multiple server. If he is not having an option, it will be single server. It depends. But the most important thing to understand it is finite queue length. Now there is another classification. I'll just put it another classification. I've already explained you 4 types. I'll just repeat it for you. Single server, infinite queue length, single server, finite queue length, multiple server, infinite queue length, multiple server, finite queue length. There is another classification which is very, very important for us to understand. And this is actually interesting also, because we don't think that this kind of things can be there in the system. Okay, now I'm going to tell you infinite population model. Okay, and finite population model. Now I'll explain you what do you mean by population model. I've explained you what do you mean by queue length. Okay, now suppose if I want to explain you infinite population model, before that I'll try to explain you what do you mean by finite population model. You will automatically understand what do you mean by infinite population model. Okay, this is different from the queue length. Population is something different. Okay, now I'll tell you, suppose there is a workshop, okay, which is having, suppose there are some lathe machines in the workshop. Okay, or you, if you want to have, you can even have CNC machines in the workshop. And suppose there are 30 lathe machines. Okay, there are 30 lathe machines. Now this 30 lathe machines needs to be looked after. Okay, now suppose 3 of the lathe machines from this break down, right? 3 of the lathe machines from this breakdown. Okay, so here whenever it breaks down, suppose the company has kept a maintenance person, and let it be 1 2, it doesn't matter to me. Suppose there is a maintenance person, I'll take it as a single maintenance person. Now this maintenance person who is going to maintain the workshop, so sorry, just give me a second. Okay, okay, this maintenance person has to look after these machines. So sorry. Okay, this maintenance person, whoever is there in the workshop, has to look after the machine. But has, what is the population here? If you can see, the population is finite or not? The population here is finite. Okay, and across this finite population there are 3 machines which are which requires maintenance. Okay, so what I'm going to tell you, this kind of system is called as finite population model. Okay, this is not about queue. Okay, this is a part of queue. Okay, but in the queue there will only be who all require services. Can you tell me who all require services? How many machines require services?
3 machines.
3. So arrival is only 3, correct? Arrival is only 3, but the population is finite. So this kind of model is called as finite population model. Okay, is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, an infinite population model is more like your doctor and the patients. Okay, there the length is also infinite and the population is also infinite. When you cannot control the population, okay, that is called as infinite population model, as simple as that. Okay, but you have to understand what do you mean by finite population model. Done? Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Now, one more theory which is very important. See, even if you don't understand all this theory, I am telling you, you can understand the sums because it comes in the exam for 10 marks. But if you know the theory, you will be able to understand the concepts more clearly. That's it. Okay. So I am going to introduce 3 terms for you. I'm just going to tell you the first term right now. Balking. Okay. I'll put the second term also. Reneging. Yeah. Reneging. And the third term that we have is called jockeying. I'll just explain you. This all 3 terms are relevant to queuing model. Okay, what do you mean by balking? Suppose you have come to a railway counter. There is a single person, or you can even say multiple persons, and there is a line. Okay. Now you see that the time for the train to arrive is only 5 minutes, and you have 50 people in the queue. And you know that my chance will not come. Okay, my chance will not come. So you'll come for the queue, but you are just about to join the queue, but then you realize that, see that I have only 5 minutes and my chance to get served will not come, and you leave the system without joining. Okay, you leave the queue without joining the queue. Simple. This happens with everyone. I think we all have done balking. Okay, So if you leave the system without joining the queue, pre-assuming that my number is not going to come or I am not going to serve, such kind of queuing model is called as bulking model. Okay. Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Now I'll tell you what is reneging model. In reneging model, suppose you come into the system, you see, you don't, suppose you have 10 minutes time. Okay. And the train, suppose there is 10 minutes time and you came 15 minutes early. Okay. Now what you try to do, suppose there is a 10 minutes time and suppose the train to come is also going to come after 10 minutes. Now you come and join the system. You try to go near the server, and when you reach here you realize that you cannot wait since your train has come. I'm just giving you an example. So what do? You, the arrival joins the system and leaves in midway. Okay. Arrival joins the queue and leaves in midway. Okay. This is called as, I think we have done this also. Okay. In the railways. Okay. This kind of system is called as reneging. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now I'll tell you what do you mean by jockeying. This is the most famous, and I think we all do jockeying. Suppose there are three lines, okay, and there are three servers. When you come into the system, you are here, and you come into the system, you count. There are 20 people here, there are 15 people here, and there are 18 people here. So you will smartly go and join here. Okay. Now, what do you find after 2 minutes? That there are 10 people here, there are 12 people here, and there are 14 people here. So you will smartly try to move from here to here. Okay, because you want yourself to get the service as soon as possible. Okay, now after some time, there are, suppose you have come here, this is 5 people here, suppose there are only 2 people here, or there are only 7 people here, so automatically we will again switch back to the new line. Okay, this kind of thing where the arrival jumps from one position, one queue to another queue, okay, is called as jockeying. Arrival comes from one queue to another queue. This kind of queuing is called as jockeying. Okay, simple.
Yes, sir.
I hope I
Yes,
have
sir.
explained you all the theory that was required. Okay, last basic concept before completing the theory part. Okay, last important concept is queue discipline. This is very important. Queue discipline. Queue discipline is first in. Okay, the one who comes in first leaves out first. Simple. First in first out. Okay, FIFO, FIFO model बोलते हैं इसको. Okay, the queue discipline, or you can even say the queue principle, is always first in first out, or it can also be called as first come first serve. Okay, you even call it as FCFS. This is actually preferred for all the steady kind of a model. Steady model, like when I'm telling steady, it is not with time, constant with respect to time, the system which is stable. Okay, there you follow first in first out, but suppose there is an emergency, okay, or suppose there is an accident case in the hospital, then what you have to do, you don't have to go for FIFO model, okay, or you don't have to work for FCFS model. Automatically this will change. Why this will change? This will not be followed when there is an emergency kind of a situation. Such kind of situation is called as transient model. You also have to understand the queuing in transient model also. Okay, if it is there in the syllabus, but in your syllabus there is only first in first out and first come first service kind of a steady state type of a model in queuing. Okay, now before completing this, I'll just list down the 4 methods for you. Okay, there are various models. Okay, bulking, reneging, jockeying, then first in first out, first come first serve. And what were the 4 types? In single service, single server, I'll just write it down. No, Mute yourself. The person who is having so much background noise, please mute yourself. 4 models which we are going to study. See, there is also population, but we don't consider the population model. What do we consider? I'll just write it. Single server, infinite queue length. Okay, what is there in our syllabus? I'll let you know. Single server, infinite queue length, multiple server, sorry, I'll write it single server only first. Single server, I'll take some space also so that I can write it in mathematical terms also. Okay. We are just about to end the theory, then we can go to the problem. Okay. Second is single server, finite queue length, okay. Next comes is multiple server. Can anyone tell me what should be the term? Multiple server,
Infinite queue length.
infinite queue length, and last one that I'm going to write is multiple server, finite queue length. Multiple, okay, 1 second. Yeah, multiple server, finite queue length. Sorry, my pen was not working. I think there is someone who is having a doubt. Just let me check who is there in the chat. Okay. Now, how do you write this in mathematical term? I'll just tell you. The single method, I'll just write the method. Okay. M colon infinity infinity model. Okay. These types of models are called as any queuing model can be represented by this MMC colon infinity infinity model. Now I'll write it for single server. I'll just explain you what do you mean by M. M is called, there are two memoryless power. If you remember, what were the two memoryless things? Memoryless thing was for what? Arrival rate and which things were having memoryless power in the queuing model? Can anyone tell me?
So lambda and some other one.
Lambda and mu. Arrival rate and
No.
सर्विस रेट. तो एम सी का मतलब है, सी मींस नंबर ऑफ सर्वर. तो कैन यू टेल मी हाउ मेनी सर्वर्स आर देयर हियर? One server. Okay. Infinity model. I'll just let you know what you mean by this. This M indicates arrival rate, memoryless arrival rate. Okay. This M indicates poisons. Okay, poison rate, or you can even say, sorry, arrival rate is Poisson's distribution, and this is service rate, which is exponential distribution. So this is called service rate. One indicates number of server. Okay. Here the number of server is equal to C is equal to 1. Then this indicates infinite queue length. What do we tell it as? Infinite queue length. And this indicates infinite population model. Is it okay? Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
So always remember, this is single server. Okay. Single server, infinite queue length. So always in all the system, M and last term will be common. What will change is these two values. These two values will vary because we have formed all our system based on these two terms only. This is constant, and we are considering, for all the systems we are considering infinite population model. So we will have three terms common. M and last term will be common. Again, M/M and the last term will be common. Now, can anyone tell me what should be the value here? Is it a single server or multiple server? Can anyone tell?
Single server.
Single server. Then comes a colon. Then finite or infinite?
Finite queue length.
Finite. When it is finite, you have to put the value n. Okay.
Yes,
Now,
sir.
once you are considering multiple server means what? C, it can be greater than, it should be greater than 1, 2 to infinity. It can be any value number of servers. So C will come, then colon, and since this is infinite queue length, this will be infinity kind of a model. When you are considering multiple server finite queue length, C will come, colon will come, N will come, and then infinity will come. I hope everyone understood.
Yes, sir.
So these are the 4 kinds of system that we are going to study. Okay.
So what about finite population model?
We don't actually use finite population model in our syllabus. It is there. Okay. But if we are going to use finite population model, we will get another 4 types. Right? We'll get 4 types. Like in all the types, there will be one infinite and one there will be finite. So 4 into 2, how many types will become? 8 types will become. Rather than 4, we will have 8 types. Okay.
Yes, sir.
But we don't use it. If you see the Hira and Gupta book, you'll get all kinds of model there. Even finite population models are also there. But since it is not there in our syllabus, we will try to exclude it from our topic. Okay, I've already explained what even there is bulking model, reneging model, jockeying model that are also there. But since it is not there in our part, we will try to exclude. Theory is there because these terms are asked in the exam for 5 marks. What do you mean by bulking? Write a short note on queuing theory. So you should know all this thing because queuing theory is a very novel concept and very new concept for you people. So if I try to explain it to you with respect to the problems only, then it becomes very difficult for you to understand and it becomes very boring. But if you try to understand that there is a concept of queuing which is happening at the back end, and if you know all the concept, then it becomes very easy for you people to understand. Okay.